Hello.
Hi everyone. So this is a little web show. I guess we're gonna be putting on YouTube. My buddy and I will. I'm Chris.
Yep.
That we're gonna be doing. We're not looking for it to be popular or anything, but we're just doing this because we're huge Bills fans, and we just would like to throw a fan overview of what we think the season and our players and the past few seasons and the whole NFL in general. We're
Yeah.
just big football fans.
Yeah.
We're gonna put that out there and just see how it goes. See if anyone listens to what we have to say. But
Yeah. And we might throw maybe like other things in, but that'll probably be very rare.
yeah,
But and we don't have a name really. But
yeah, we're just
we'll
Will and
figure that
Chris.
we'll figure that out eventually. The Will and Chris show.
But we don't really have anything scripted, so we're just gonna kind of go with it. We're just kind of sitting down talking as Bills fans right now. But I guess the first thing that we'd be obliged to talk about is the overall look of the 2012 season that we had, which obviously we know was pretty disappointing, but there was a bunch of positive notes that we could end on.
Yeah. I mean, there's Spiller obviously.
Yeah.
You just figure out that Spiller's awesome. But I mean, we're gonna look over it, but like it's just now it's like the 2013 is gonna be completely different since it's a new coach. I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can really build on because you're just rebuilding.
And I think all of us Bills fans can say we're happy Chan Gailey is gone. He was a good guy. He had good morals, but he just didn't pull through as a coach, and that's what you need in this league, and that's what we
Yeah.
haven't had since Marvin Levy. So hopefully Doug Marone can
I mean,
pull through.
we didn't have it's not well, we didn't have it to the full extent so Mark Levy, but we didn't. I mean, the last time we really had something like that was probably Wade Phillips.
Yeah.
like, but he couldn't even pick a coach.
Yeah.
I mean, not a coach, a quarterback.
But I do like, before we just completely disregard Chan Gailey, he was a
Yeah.
coach for the past few seasons, so I feel like he deserves some type of input about how we
I mean,
thought
he
he
did
was.
draft Spiller,
Yeah,
and he did get Mario.
and
I mean, Buddy Nix kind of.
Yeah, Buddy Nix.
But Chan Gilly was in the process, obviously.
if there's one thing I do like about him, and it's not, I really did not like him as a coach at all. But I do like how he played to Fitzpatrick's strengths, and that's
Yeah.
another thing we're gonna have to talk about is our quarterback situation. But
Yeah.
Fitz is a dink and dunk kind of guy. He doesn't have the big arm, but he was able to incorporate the kind of play calling that fit his play style, which did work on and off throughout the season. And that's really all you can do with Fitz because he's not a Joe Flacco. He can't throw the ball 70 yards. But
No, the one thing I actually did like about Gailey though was when I read somewhere with his first year that he was very team oriented. He wasn't like he wasn't a good head coach, but he was good to like keep like he's good at like getting the team kind of to like not really work. Like, I guess work together, kind of, but like more believe in him because they all liked him.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
and like he's like like one of the first. What's it called? The St. John Fisher.
training camp.
Yeah, training camp. He hit one of Trent Edwards. He was just like, and like a bunch of fans were booing and
Yeah.
like that. He was just like, "Hey, if you dog
But-
one of us, you dog all of us."
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. It's a cool way, but it's just, I mean, that's good. But he also like he had good. He's a good person. He's a good.
He had good intentions.
Yeah.
He just couldn't follow through.
He just
with
yeah.
them.
He just can't like. There's other things you have to do with football, like a coach.
And
Coach.
the players respected him a lot. If any of you guys follow Twitter, I follow almost every Bills player on
Yeah.
the roster, and a bunch of them had some really nice
Yeah.
things to say about Gailey. So we wish him well and whatever he does if he continues in the NFL. But he just wasn't for us, so
Yeah.
we just got to continue now. But an overall outlook of the 2012 season, if I had to give it a school grade, I'd probably say it was D.
Yeah.
Um,
I would. Yeah. I mean, it had bright moments, but it didn't. It was I don't know. It had like good moments, and it had good plays, and it had good players, and players started breaking out. But it's just together as a team, it just
Yeah.
didn't work
Yeah.
out. I mean, the defense was
On paper, our team
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
definite
So
playoff
are the-
contender.
So are the Chiefs.
Yeah. Yeah. What do they have? 6 Pro Bowlers or something?
Yeah, I
They
know.
had 2 wins.
And we had like 3.
Yeah. Yeah. And they weren't even selected at first.
Yeah,
But,
I know.
I mean, C.J. Spiller, Jarius Byrd, Kyle Williams, McKelvin should have won as well.
Yeah.
He's one of the best punt returners in the league. I really don't understand how he didn't go. But Josh Cribbs is a good punt returner, so
Yeah.
I'll give it to him. But, I mean, yeah, like Will said, there was definitely sparks in the season. C.J. Spiller, it's unfortunate that Fred had to go out
Yeah.
with injury, but I think we felt going past the 2011 season that he had a very good chance of being a star in this league. Taking
Yeah.
over the last 5 or 6 games for Fred Jackson, and I love Fred to death. He's the heart and soul of this team, and I really hope he's productive next year. I hope he can do what he's been doing the past couple seasons, but I think it's time to
Yeah.
hand that torch off
I
to
mean,
Spiller.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like everyone. I mean, Fred's has to. He has to be there, and he has to just almost have like. I mean, he's not like what I'm about to compare him to. He's not that,
Yeah.
but like he has sort of like a Ray Lewis type of
Yeah.
things.
It's for his team.
Like for the team,
oriented.
like having like
leader. He's
yeah,
a
leader. Like
He's
being
been
like,
there,
hey,
and just a story, going from playing in a D3 school, going to NFL Europe and coming to the Bills and getting his chance,
yeah.
That's really inspirational to a lot of players, and I hope that he can be a role model as well as part of our offense next year.
Yeah, I mean, he has, and that's like that. He needs to be there for that, but you have to realize that you have to move forward with Spiller. Obviously, you got to be like, well, this is
It's
you
his
have
time.
Spiller, and you
Fred-
have Jackson, and Jackson was great in 2011, but then you just and in 2011 when Jackson was hurt, you get a rush, you get these Spiller moments also.
Yeah.
But he just wouldn't play that much because you had
Chandler as their coach.
obviously the best running back, Chashard Choice, coming in.
Yeah. He was getting all and choices. I
Choice
like
is
when
great.
he comes
Yeah.
in the game, but
Yeah.
hopefully we'll be seeing a bunch of Spiller in
Yeah.
2013. I think another key point to point out of try not to look on the bad side of things for our season, because we all know as Bills fans it was kind of a disappointment. But Stevie had his 3rd straight 1,000-yard season,
Mhm.
and he's been a productive player. And I was pretty satisfied with Donald Jones' play.
Yeah,
'cause I think he was playing slot, if I'm not correct.
Well, 'cause
last year, and Nelson got hurt.
Nelson- I think Nelson would have had a good year if he didn't. I don't know if he'd been like. I don't think he would have been Jones. Like Jones was just like. Jones
He's
was
there
kind
when
of
you need him,
surprisingly really
He's-
good.
he's
Like,
a
it was
solid
good
player,
surprise,
yeah.
and you're like, wow, Jones is pretty good.
He did what he needed to, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't call him an all-star. But
Oh no.
he did what he needed to, and
Yeah.
I think a lot of our receivers get underlooked. Obviously the NFL, like the Atlanta Falcons, they have really good receivers
Mhm.
and tight ends, but our tight end gets underlooked
Yeah, I know,
way too
yeah.
much. Scout Chandler is really underrated. I feel
Yeah.
like might be the most underrated player on the roster, and I hope to see a bunch of production from him next year.
All right.
Um,
Yeah.
I feel
Well-
like this episode's kind of gonna be more.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're just kind of going with it, so it's gonna be more offense
Well-
oriented.
Well, I'm gonna try to do something. What was your favorite game this year?
My favorite game.
Like, what was
Well-
your game that you actually like you liked watching, and you didn't get too mad at the TV?
Well, obviously, it's got to be the Chiefs game.
Yeah,
It's,
I mean, I went to that. That was great.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
actually, he went to 3 games
Yeah,
this year, and
yeah.
every game that
Well, he was supposed to
went
come, but he had to work.
every game he went to, they won. So maybe we should get him at all the whole games next year.
My favorite game, I think, just the attitude of the time was probably next to the Chief game. It was probably like Miami, because it was the first
First
night
week, right?
game. Yeah, it was like the first night game. You're like, and I was there, so
Yeah,
and it was really cool to see Bird's amazing interception at the end. That was
incredible.
yeah,
And just, I mean, as any Bills fan that's watching, we don't really get much prime time coverage,
Yeah.
and so that was nice on Thursday Night Football. Monday night's very rare for us. Sunday night, I think we played the Patriots 3 or 4 years
Oh,
back on
God,
Sunday Night
yeah.
Football, and we
I
all
remember
played the
that.
Patriots,
I remember
and
that.
yeah, that was not fun.
I mean, The only fun Patriots game I've ever seen was the one last year.
That comeback.
So I mean, that one comeback overshadows the other comeback though. I mean, the Oakland game, the one game right before that was. I remember sitting in my room and it was just like, oh my god! Like the first half, I'm downstairs and watching with my grandma, because everyone else was at the game, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I hate life right now. And I go upstairs in the second half, and I'm just like upstairs. I'm like, what's going on? Wait, what's going on?
And you always get your hopes down because
Yeah.
you know the history of the Bills and our players. It's like we're doomed at some points, but that was definitely a wake-up call for us to maybe show us that they are made of something.
I mean, but I don't know how I feel about. I mean, I don't know how I feel about Mario's little. Like,
His injury.
It's injury and how it. Like, I guess it worked. I mean, like he did a lot better after it. But I mean, if that needs to be done, he needs to get that done like as soon as possible.
And that was overlooked for most of the season. I believe they got fined. Actually, the team got fined because they weren't listing him on the injury report.
I mean, I know why they did it, because they wanted to wait for the bye week.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if he's that good, like he wasn't that good, but like if he was getting like 9 sacks after that, he should have done that as like something. I mean, the way we were playing, I mean, we could have got like not gotten rid, but we could have like missed him for like a game. I mean, the way we were playing was just it was weird.
All in all, I think he did. I mean, obviously, it was one of the biggest
He was
free
a
agency
C.
signs of. He did have some sparks.
He was definitely a C to me. He was a C rating. C.
I think.
I mean, he was.
I don't know.
I think he'll do better next year.
His presence was felt a lot of the time, though.
Yeah.
He did get a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah.
A bunch, and then one of the other linemen would get credit for the sack, but he did get a lot of pressure up in the pocket, and the numbers didn't really show, but just coming to a new team, a new personnel could have had a lot to do with it. I think next year we'll expect some better numbers from him. I think our time's actually getting low. It's getting to 12:30. I don't know what the YouTube limit is, but
I mean, we could split it, but I think for the first one, I think the next thing, like, we should just at least talk about Marone.
yeah,
We should at least give a little bit of Marone. I think it'll be interesting. Like, I think how he did with Syracuse was good. I mean, it was only 25-25, but like literally, that's sometimes numbers mean nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the attitude of how things work, and that's what you need to do. I mean, Marv Levy is just like, the first time he came in, it was just like. I mean, I kind of think of it as Marv Levy because like back then you had like Daryl Talley on the team before Marv Levy, and they were still like really bad. But like you bring Kelly in, and you bring Levy in, and Thomas and everyone, and you just like, and then Daryl Talley's like amazing. I mean, like it's just the attitude, like really, I think, and I think that's what it has to deal with. And he jumps around on the sidelines.
Yeah, and that's one thing with our team. Chan Gailey just showed.
I mean,
no emotion. You got to have that as a coach. You got to have intensity.
I mean, I didn't expect like 60-year-old Chan Gailey to jump around.
Yeah,
but even if he was 30, I didn't expect him to do that either.
But yeah, this is just an overview of kind of what we'll be talking about. I mean, if anyone's gonna watch us, it's not really, we don't really talk about anything what we're gonna talk about before we start shooting. We just go with our thoughts of our favorite football team. Yeah. So, I mean, we'll keep making videos. Hopefully, you guys will keep watching. I think the next few videos will be
with a name.
Yeah, kind of focused more on players and specific points.
Yeah.
Of our roster.
I think it's gonna be. I think we're gonna have. Hopefully, we'll have it more organized.
Yeah. This is just
like
an intro video.
What should we talk about?
But hopefully, I mean, if you guys, like it, then we'll keep making videos, I guess. Yeah. But this is our first video, and hopefully more to come. So, I'll see you guys.
See ya.
Bills Mafia.